Hi everybody, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing okay. It's Sunday, 5:50, because I can't sleep. Today I'm working on a wreath for Easter. It's for my grandma, who died like 3 years ago. But once this wreath was made, I was like, she would love this because she was super religious and there's a cross in it, and she definitely would have wanted two of them to go on her double doors. So I'm using a 20-inch basic non-lit evergreen wreath from Walmart. Got these around Christmas on clearance. They were like $1 something. I like using these because I can bend them into shape, and this one I bent it to an oval, and then later on I kind of pinched the top to actually make it like an egg shape. Not because of Easter, like I wanted the top to be pointier and the bottom to be kind of squatter. So they bend pretty easy, and there's a ton of ties on here for you to put a lot of stuff. And guess what? We put a lot of stuff on this one. This is some Deco mesh. It's, I don't even remember what it is. It's rose gold. The white parts are cotton. Super nice. It was like the nicest mesh I've worked with. All I did was cut it into 20-inch strips and then ruffle it up through the center, and you can do this and then place it in the wreath. I like to take a pipe cleaner because if I sit at my desk where I film and try to do this, my back just it's not ergonomic. So I took all my strips in my office while I was watching whatever, something on Hulu, something on Netflix, and just scrunched everything up, tied them together with the pipe cleaners, and now I'm going to put them on there. And I have no idea why this front section is so incredibly slow, or what I'm supposed to be talking about right now. But yeah, this was mesh from my craft outlet order, and all I'm doing is putting it in there. I'm trying to spread it out some. I'm going to start and do it on opposite sides. I could do it on the bottom, I'm going to do it on the top, do it on the left, do it on the right. And that's pretty much it. Okay, here we go. Wow, I thought that was never going to end. I knew I wanted to leave some time in the beginning for like an introduction and what we're doing and why we're doing it, but that was a lot. So yeah, I'm putting these in here, and I'm just going to fill up the whole thing with as many pieces as I have. I should have 18 pieces, because 20 times 18 is 360, which is 10 yards, 360 inches. But yeah, I thought this, I kept thinking of my grandma when I decided to put a cross in here, because I couldn't find a bunny that I liked. I couldn't find a sign that I liked, and I was like, well, I need something in here besides just all this stuff. Well, I guess I didn't really need something in there. I just, I want something to be more Easter. And the thing that's interesting about this wreath is that the cross is just wired in with two pipe cleaners. So because it's pretty neutral, I mean, like, there's roses and stuff in it at the end, but you could swap that out with something, like if you made a wreath like this, you could swap that out with something more Christmassy, because I know a lot of people like the rose gold for Christmas. But yeah, my grandma, very religious, super religious. The kind of Catholic that doesn't eat meat on Fridays even when it's not Lent. She was great, and she would have loved this. She always bought us these. It was called the Professor. I keep looking for it online, like, to think that it's not one of those things you remember from your childhood, but then you really don't. It's called the Professor. It was this enormous chocolate bunny. She would buy us one every Easter with a bunch of other candy, and my mom would be like, oh great, we all got all this candy now. But yeah, I miss my grandma. So these are some ribbons. The first two that I showed are from Michael's, and the one with the glitter stripe was from Big Lots at Halloween. Not Halloween, Big Lots at Christmas. I bought it for my Christmas tree, and I bought like 8 more rolls than I needed. So I'm starting off with 12-inch tails, and I'm going to do 5-inch loops. And I'm only doing 3 because I'm trying to keep this, I don't know, I guess a sort of airiness about it. Like I felt like if I had done, you know, 4 or 5, 6, whatever I would normally do. Well, I would never do like 5 because I rarely do odd numbers. But if I had done like, say 6, then this bow would have been very dense and big. And as it is with the 3 loops, it ends up being a lot like loopier, a little looser, lighter, not as heavy. So this I did not measure for the second tail. I just cut it. It's probably about 18 inches, I would imagine, maybe a little bit longer. I want one tail to be long because eventually I'm going to put it in the wreath and then weave the tails through the wreath. Yeah. So now this, same thing, 5-inch loops, 8-inch tail, and then a tail that matches the other one. I don't think all the long tails matched exactly because it didn't really matter. That first one was probably the longest because I wanted to like showcase that ribbon. And then this was Michael's from Christmas, I think. So I said, nope, not using that. I'm going to use my zip tie. I get that on there. Center it, pull it a little tight, put the pipe cleaner through the back, tighten it all the way. And I wish I had fluffed this out before I tightened it all the way, but there's not much ribbon to mess around with, so it works out pretty good. And because there's only 3 loops, I'm just kind of spreading them out, and then on the next layer I spread the next set of loops out between the other ones, and here we go. I wish I had done a smaller loop in the middle, because see, there's those 3 big loops and they look kind of funny, but it's fun. I'm putting this one at the top left, just shy of center. Because I know I'm going to put another bow towards the bottom, and I kind of wanted it to flow diagonally, like everything that's on there. Like, see, this one's really long. I don't think it, well, it ends up being fine, but it's a lot. So I'm just pulling these through my fingers to curl them some. Not curl them, but, you know, give them a nice swoop. And that extra tail I just brought down and then tucked into one of the ties of the wreath to make another little loop. And then there's a tail underneath it, you know. So this one is a long one. I'm bringing this one the furthest down, and I'm just going to get it in there and then have that other rest of the tail hanging down. And originally I was gonna, you can see one of those eggs on the side. I was gonna use those eggs, but they did not work out. I don't know why. I was like, oh, they're fine. They kind of match the white and the Deco mesh, and then I put them on there and I was like, oh, these look terrible. So I'm fluffing things out again. Yeah, see, I just wish that center had like a little loop. You know, the 3 loops that are on there regularly and then a little loop. This is some white ribbon that I got from Walmart on clearance, and I took the, what is it called? I thought it was on my desk. Adhesive pearl sheet from Dollar Tree, and I cut those into 3 pearl sections. You know, the sheet's like 10 by 9, and I cut, you know, each strip into 3 pearls. That was 3 or 4, what is it, 3? Yeah, it's 3 wide, and then it was 10 inches long, and then I put those on the ribbon and then cut the ribbon down to make a couple of little ribbon tails. If you want more info on how to do this, you can look at my St. Patrick's Day wreath where I actually hot glued everything on, and I was gonna do the hot glue with this just because I didn't trust the adhesive, but the adhesive on the back of that, it's like carpet tape. It's extremely sticky. So I only put 4 in here because I think it would have been very easy to overdo it, and because that is such a strong statement with the pearls on the ribbon, I didn't want to be too extra. So it's just a little bit. And I also didn't want to add too much gold. Like, there's gold in one of the ribbons, but I was trying to keep the gold to a minimum, focusing more on the rose gold. And I think this is shortly after I veto all the eggs. So this is another bow. The only difference between this one is that the tails aren't as long and the polka dot ribbon's in the back. I just switched the placement of the glitter stripe ribbon and the polka dot ribbon because, you know, you can see more of the polka dot in the top bow, so I wanted more of the gold stripe in the bottom bow. And if the first one was at like 11, this one's at like 5. But it's like 11:45 and like 5:45. Like it's almost, you know, it's almost at 6 o'clock. And these are all dovetailed, I think. Yeah, and I'm just rolling up the longer ones. And this is a cross from Walmart. This was like $3. Like, you're charging me $3 for a piece of wood? I don't know. Seemed like a lot. I spray painted it metallic gold, and then I painted the border of it with some Waverly rose gold or rose quartz, something pinky metallic. And it's attached to the wreath with some pipe cleaners that are glued on the back and covered with a little piece of ribbon to make sure they stay. And now I am starting to add my florals. These are really nice. This is a rose from Walmart. I think they were like $1.50. It's one big rose, a bud, and then like a smaller rose. Like the big rose and the bud are attached, and then you can see on the side I'm going to add some of the smaller roses. They looked really nice. They were like open up garden roses, not like, you know, the little cheap roses you can get for 97 cents or like Dollar Tree roses. Like they were nice, and they're kind of a creamy peach. And I'm putting all my big ones in first. The medium-sized roses were attached to these, but I cut them apart because I wanted to spread things out some more. So I'm kind of fluffing around there before I figure out where I want everything. And I'm liking putting things in and then being like, all right, that looks good there, and then I glue it. And I'm still loving my glue pot. I feel like I'm saving so much glue because I'm not like glopping it on there, because it really doesn't need to be, you know, completely covered. As long as there's a little bit of glue on the edge of the stem and you put it in there, it's gonna touch on something. And these are, let's see, I think these are the Dollar Tree roses that I used in my Valentine's heart wreath. I found a couple of them hiding at Dollar Tree, and I bought like 3 bunches. I think I used 2 in here. And I was just trimming off a little frayed area because this one did fray more than usual. Not more than usual, I think I just handled it more. And these are from, these might also be from Dollar Tree. The kind of peachy color. Because I know that that stripe ribbon with the glitter on it is not super pink, and neither is the other one. But, you know, I didn't want pink. I wanted, yeah, these are Dollar Tree. I wanted, you know, kind of the same tone, because the wreath is very monochromatic. But I didn't want to go like all the same color. So there's like the corally pink, the peachy pink. I am just kind of going around and filling in bare spots and where I think I might need a little bit of color. And now I've just apparently left. Okay, no, I went to go get the lamb's ear. I was like, what's going on? This is lamb's ear left over from my Christmas tree. I bought this in spring of last year at Walmart. I'm pretty sure they still have it. It was like 97 cents when I got it. But I know all their silks have gone up to $1.47. The ones that were 97 cents are like $1.47 now. And I am just using this kind of, you know, sagey, silvery green color to break up all the monochrome, I guess. And I didn't put a tremendous amount of the lamb's ear in here. I just wanted it. Just a little hint. Just a little something different. And I used 2 bunches. Which I'm slowly working my way through, because I think I had 20 bunches on my tree. I'm slowly working my way through it, and like, you know, when it's applicable, I'm like, oh, I can use a lamb's ear. Because it's you know, when I design a tree, some of the stuff I know that I can use every year, some of the stuff I know I'm going to reuse, but like the lamb's ear, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be using that again. So it can go in spring wreaths, it can go in arrangements, it can go in Christmas wreaths, it can go wherever I want it to. Because I got it. And I am cutting up some glue sticks just to fill my pot back up. Usually when I'm done working on something, I like to just throw a couple of extra glue sticks in there so they melt and they're ready for the next time. So I'm just going through doing some finishing fluffing. Trimming any little stray fray parts of the mesh. Finally straightening that cross. I knew you guys were wondering, even though it definitely does not look straight in this picture. But yeah, I wanted, again, more non-traditional, not bright, not Easter bunny, not Easter eggs, just something a little glam Easter, a little upscale Easter. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Wow, look at that fray on the side. I need to cut that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will be back on Friday, I think, with something new. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.